with the next data type, and that data type is going to be a complex. Okay, now look at here the next data type, that is the complex. Okay, so first of all let us understand that what is this complex. Complex means whatever we use in a vector format, right? So let me show you the plotting of a complex, where we write down things like 3 plus 4i, 7 plus 3j, like this way. Okay, so 2 plus 3i, so this is nothing but complex number. Okay, and mainly in a machine learning we are going to use this data type. Okay, and I hope that you have also learned about these complex numbers in your ninth or 10th class, right? That complex number is mainly used for the showing vectors, right? So we will write down that to show vectors we are going to use this complex number. So now let us write down the complex number in our Jupyter notebook. Okay, so first of all we will write down some complex number, and then we will check the data type of that complex number. So that data type will show us that it is having the complex data type. Okay, so we have started created one folder with the name of Python basic, right? And inside that folder we are going to write down the code of Python, right? And you have to also write down all this code whichever we are discussing here. Python. Okay, so after that no, this one are not folder. Let me check the folder where I have written the codes. Okay, Internmeets folder. This is the name of Internmeets. No? Intermediate folder. Okay, so we will open the intermediate folder. Where is that intermediate folder? It is available in this PC. Download. Download. Right? Download. Internet. Now here we have created the folder for the basic Python and the data types in a Python. Okay, so we currently saw the one data type, that was the complex, right? So here we can write down like the 2 plus 3j, right? Like this way we are going to write down the data types, whichever, like this one, 5 plus 3i, right? Now let us write down the heading of next data type, that is the complex number. Now I want to make it as a heading, that's why I will write down hashtag. Okay. Now after this, basically it is used for the vectors, right? Okay, I have to make it as a markup. Okay. Now look at here. I am going to write down 10 plus 6j. Okay. So this is one number in a complex. Now I have to check the data type of this one. So how can I check? By using the type function. Type of whatever will be my data, 10 plus 6j. Okay. Now it is showing me this is as a complex data type, right? Now this is our third data type, that was the complex number. We saw integer, then we saw float, and then we saw the complex. So basically, these three are the numerical data types. Okay, these three are the numerical data types because they are going to deal with the numbers. That's why it is known as the numerical data type. Now, after this, we have to learn the next data type, that is the Boolean. Okay. Now Boolean is going to give you the output in a two format. First one is a true and second one is the false. Okay. If we are getting this type of a data set, so it is known as the Boolean. Okay. Now this is the fourth type of data, right? First one was our integer, then we saw the float, then now we saw the complex, right? And now fourth one, whichever we are going to start now, that is the Boolean data type. Okay. Now this Boolean is having the values in the format of the true and the false. Like false is having the 0 and true is having the 1, right? Now, do you have any doubt till here? Okay. Let us continue this one. Now, first of all, I have to write down the heading, that is the Boolean data type. I want to make it as a markdown and I want to make it a heading, right? So it is going to give us values in the format of the true and the false. Okay, true and false. Okay, fine. Now let us take one example, right? Then this is going to give us values in the format of the true and the false. Whenever I am going to ask him some questions, right? Now question may be something like, now look at here, I am going to define one thing here. Now let us say that I am writing down as a is equal to 10. Okay, I hope that it is a very simple example. Now look at here, I am writing down now a is equal to 10. That means a is now having the value of a 10. So now I have to check that a is equal to 10. The meaning of this one is that check that this is value having 10 or not. If this is having the 10, then simply it will give us answer as a true. Otherwise, if it is if I will write down like this one, a is equal to 5, that means this is a wrong because a is having the value of a 10. Now that means now double is equal to means we are checking that this with this is equal to this or not, and meaning of this is assigning a is equal to 10 means we are storing a 10 value in a, right? Now let us check that here a is having the value of a 10. Now I have to check that what is inside a, is there 10 inside a or not. So I will write down 10. So it is giving a value in the format of a true. Okay, now I will check another number. A is equal to 5. That is simple answer, false, right? That means A is not having 5 number, that's why it is giving false answer, right? Because A is having the value of a 10, that's why it is showing me whenever I am checking with the A is equal to 10 and A is equal to 5. Okay, now look at here again. Now I have to check a new sign which is not equal to. Okay, which is not equal to. A is not equal to 5. So tell me what is the answer of this. A is not equal to 5, right or wrong? A is not equal to what? This is right or wrong statement. Give me just answer. A is not equal to 5. I hope that you are getting confused. This is the right statement because A is not equal to 5 means A is equal to 10, right? Right? Got it? Now I am asking in the opposite word. A is not equal to 5. This is the right sentence because A is equal to 10, right? So don't get confused here. This is the basic simple question, right? Now I hope that everything is fine till here. Now, after this, we are going to continue the next data type, and that data type is basically a string. String means whatever we write down in our letters, in a sentence, in a words, right? So that data type is known as the string in a Python. Okay. Now there are the some rules of the string. That means whenever I have to write down any string, so compulsory I have to write down in a single quotes or a double quotes. Okay, that is the compulsion of a string, right? Now let us write down the few string here. Now look at here. I am going to write down in a first of all single quotes, that is as a science. Okay, so it is showing us as a science. Now we can simply write down in a double quotes. There is nothing any restriction. Okay. Now whatever the things we have to write down, that we can write down in single quotes, in a double quote. Now let us imagine that we have to write down lines of multiple lines of let us say of sentences. Okay, so at that time, we have to write down that thing in a triple quotes. One, two, three. Look at here. Between the three, I have to write down multiple things. Look at here. I can write down multiple number of lines. So this is just for your learning purpose. Now let us perform one practical on this thing. Let us say that we have to write down multiple lines of sentences. So first of all, three quotes. Now here is A. On second, I have to write down B. On third, I have to write down C, D. So like this way, I can write down. Now look at here, this thing A backslash N B, that means on a new line. Okay, now let us say that I want to store this in a one variable. Now look at here, what is the variable? Next concept, that is of the variable. Variable means we just saw the A is equal to 10. Okay, so this is your variable, and this is my data. Okay, that means variable A is containing 10. Right, this way we can write down anything A, otherwise B is equal to data. Otherwise we can write down any name. Let us say that for example that boy equal to the name of xyz. Okay, here we, for the variable, for the assigning variable, mainly we have to use any character, any sorry, we can't use any number, because imagine that I am writing that a is equal to, sorry, 1 is equal to a. Is this meaningful? No, because 1 is having specific number, it is only known as the 1, right? Because it is a number, right? But inside any letter, let us say for a is equal to 1, we can take this one. Okay, this is allowed, but this is not allowed, because we can't assign that a is equal to a. We can assign a is equal to 1, but we can assign like this one, a1 is equal to 10. Okay, so this is the basic things of related to the variable which contains a data, right? Variable means which contains a specific data. Now look at here, for a variable, look at here, inside the variable I am assigning a is equal to 10. Okay, so now if I will check the a, look at here, a, I have to check that what is a. Simply I will simply write down a and I will run. Now it is showing me 10, because a is a variable and 10 is my data. Okay, now similarly I can assign c is equal to data. So let us check what is c. C is having data. Okay, now look at here, I have to write down the multiple sentences. So let us say d is equal to, in a triple quote, uh, a b c d. So now let us check that what is the d here. Just give me 1 minute. हा बोला ना. अं, आता ते 5 ला येणार आहेत ना आज ऑफिसला. Okay, let us continue. Now I have to check that what is d here. So d is having the a b c d, and this is showing a backslash n, means on it is available in a new line. So now let us use a inbuilt function, that is the print. Now I have to print what is the d. Now look at here, inside the d there are things like a b c d, right? Like this way we can get the multiple sentences. Okay, I hope that everything is fine till here. Now we have just introduced about the data types in a python, then we have discussed the data types. Those are first of all integer, then there was float, then complex number, boolean, and then a string. Okay, then a string. Okay, I have to write down here as a string. Okay, now after this we have to perform some operations in a python. Okay, operations in a python. Now inside the operations we are going to perform some operations between the addition, multiplication, division, right? Like this way. Now I hope that you know about the data types in a Python. Now I am going to create the new file for the operations in a Python. Operation. Okay. Before starting operation, I hope that everyone need this code, whatever I am writing here, right? So now, in today's world, we can't share this file on a WhatsApp, otherwise in your personal number on your Gmail, right? So whenever in a company we have to work on together, so at that time we are going to use some platform, right? Now daily I have to share you daily material, whatever I am teaching here, right? So that's why we are going to upload our code on a GitHub. Okay, so now look at here, what is the GitHub? You have to first of all make a account of GitHub, and there is the simple procedure of signing in on a GitHub. After signing in a GitHub, what you have to do, simply let me first of all log in my account. Data council. Okay, let me forward my password, because daily I am going to share you the material on a GitHub. Okay, no worry. First of all, I will directly show you the face of this GitHub, right? Now look at here, this link of data council 11, right? So I am going to share you the link whichever I am going to create here, right? Now here inside the repository I am going to create a repository with your internship of Internmeets, with the name of internship of Internmeets. There will be one page, so there will be one repository. Simply what you have to do, you have to simply click on this link, whatever will be your link, otherwise whatever will be your name. So there I am going to upload the daily codes whatever I am teaching here. Let us say that in this class I have taught them basic Python. Okay, let us say that this file. So what you have to do, if you have to write down codes by watching here, simply you can click on this link, this file. Simply you will get all the codes, whatever I have written, right? And if you have to download, simply you can click on this download. You will get the codes, right? Now after this class, I will forward my account and I will create a new repository, and I will share the link of that repository with you. Basically, on a daily basis I am going to upload a material on this GitHub. Now let us start to perform the operations between our Python, right? Now here first of all I am writing down data. a is equal to a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5. Okay, so a is a variable and b is also a variable, right? Now after this, what we have to do, we have to simply do the multiplication between. First of all, let us start with the addition. Okay, so you have to tell me the answers. What will be the a plus b answer of this one? 15, right? It is a very simple answer, right? Now after this, let us do one manual addition of 2, 3 plus 7. So it is having 30. That means here I am going to do the addition between the integer plus integer. Okay, now look at here. What is this hashtag? Now, in a hashtag, I can write down any notes. Let us say any comments I have to write down. Because let us say that on a tomorrow we are writing down the 1,000 lines of a code, and we have to write down any description, otherwise any comments beside of that code. So basically, I will simply write down this hashtag, and I can write down whatever comment I have to write down, whichever I here written, that is the integer plus integer. Okay, now let us do the addition between the float and the integer. Float means 5.9 plus 2. So it is having answer of a 7.9. That means here we are doing the addition of a float plus integer. Simple, float plus integer. Okay, now after this, let us try to perform some operations based on the strings, that means with the names. Okay, now yes is equal to, let us say, data, and d is equal to science. So s plus d will be having data science. Okay, that means we are here doing the addition of a string with string. Okay, now look at here. If I have to write down some manual addition, I can write down something like the data plus analysis. It is showing me as the data analysis. Now if I have to write down any space between them, simply I can write down space here. Okay, so now look at here. I have to do the multiplication of data into 5. Look at here, it is printing data into 5 times, right? That means we can multiply this one. Okay, now the interesting thing. Now the interesting thing. Now tell me, is this possible? Data plus 10. What we are doing here? We are doing the addition of string plus integer. Tell me, is this possible? Can we do the addition of any number, any letter with the any number? Can we do this one? Okay, let us execute this code. Okay, now look at here. This is giving me one error. It is saying me that type error can only concatenate, okay, to the not integer to the string. It is saying that we can't do the concatenation operation between the string and integer, because this is not possible, because this is the different data type and integer is a different data type. That's why it is showing us as a error, right? That means we can't do the addition, otherwise the multiplication between the string and the integer. So basically you have to also perform all this operation in your laptop, and after this you have to tell me that you are facing any problem or not there. Now everything is fine till here. We have performed some operations. Okay, now let us take now input. Now here we are going to learn about the how to take a input from a user. Okay, now look at here. A is equal to, now I am using input function. Okay, I am using this input function. Okay, now after this I am taking the input, and let us say that I have to write down any message. Let us say that I have to take age. Okay, so I will simply write down, quotes that enter a age. Okay, so basically this is my simple message while taking the input. Okay, now look at here. What I will do, I will simply uh, write down b is equal to a plus, and now in quotes is my age. Now what will happen here? Whatever the age I will write down here, that will be added here, and this plus this will be my age. Otherwise, let us say name. Let us take a name. Don't get confused. Enter a name. Okay. Let us execute this one, and after this, I have to check a value of a b. Okay, now look at here. Whenever I am executing this code, this is asking me enter a name message here, and I have to simply write down my name. Okay, now I am going to write down my name as a rock. Okay, rock. Now I will press enter, but this is not showing me anything because I haven't executed B. That means I haven't checked that what is inside B. That's why I will now check B. Now rock is my name, so I have to give one space here, right? And simply I can write down this B below of this. That means what is the B? Okay, now I have to write down again name. My name is now Om. Om is my name. Okay, so basically what you have to do, you have to first of all perform all these operations. Okay, and along with this you have to also write down this yesterday's code. Okay, and then let me know that you are facing any problem or not, and after that we will continue the next operations in a Python. Okay, so this is the just basic level of a code, and I hope that you will able to write down all these codes. Okay, so I will sign up on GitHub, and I will share the link of this today's code. Simply you have to click on that link, and simply you have to open the file of same operations in Python and the data types. And similarly, you can write down all these codes by watching here on a GitHub. Okay. So do you have any doubt? Okay. Okay. So and along with this, you have to also create your GitHub account. Okay, and tomorrow I will show that how to upload codes on a GitHub. So as of now today, just create your GitHub account, and tomorrow I will show you that how to upload codes on your GitHub. And along with this, I will show you that how to create different profiles of your let us say that for LinkedIn, how you have to deal, right? All these things we will discuss on tomorrow's class, right? So we will stop here today and we will continue on tomorrow.